Hello, you are listening to the Childcare Director's Chair podcast. Your host, Erica Sakosio, invites you to join her community of passionate and inspiring leaders in the ECE field, where she discusses, reflects, and shares the best ways to invest in our children, families, teachers, and community. Because after all, we know they are the heartbeat of any successful program.
Have you ever wondered why some parent orientations run like a well-oiled machine, while others feel like a game of 20 questions? What if you could turn your next orientation into a streamlined, engaging experience that leaves parents informed and excited? Well, today we're diving into how to host an effective parent orientation that covers all the bases: the supplies, the who, the how, and more. So get ready to transform your approach. You are tuned in to the Childcare Director's Chair podcast, and I'm your host, Erica Sakosio. I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. We're going to get right to it because I know that you are a busy director and don't have a lot of time. So the first thing we want to do is we want to set the stage. The perfect welcome is setting the stage and kicking off your orientation with the warm and inviting atmosphere. Start by creating a welcoming atmosphere. Think personalized greetings and a friendly tone. You can use interactive icebreakers or introductory activities to ease parents into the session to make them feel more valued. And it's also a great way for families to get to know each other. The how and the why. Well, why? A strong start sets a positive tone for the rest of the orientation. And the how is you want to prepare a brief welcome speech, set up a registration table for parents to sign in, and include a welcome packet with all the essential information that they'll need. So I want to give you some action tips today. Your first action plan is going to be, you're going to develop a script for your welcome speech. You're going to create a checklist for setting up the registration table and include interactive activities that fit your center's culture. So if you have a really strong reading program or number program, you want to put some activities together that really showcase that and let your parents see the fun way that your team teaches and the way that it's interactive and the skills that their kids are going to walk away with. So that's your first thing that you're going to do, is you're going to set that stage. Now the stage is set. Now you need to know what supplies and schedules that you need to put in place. So here's where we're going to talk about what you need to know. So you want to clearly communicate what supplies parents need to provide and what the daily schedule might look like. Make sure to outline any specific items required and any deadlines for supply submissions. Now, some programs, you may have uniforms that parents need to purchase for your school year. So if that's the case, make sure that you have the uniform registration forms or order forms. Make sure that they know what the deadline is, that they need to have those orders to you so you can order everybody's uniform on time. It also could be classroom supplies. Maybe you ask folks to bring in Kleenex or, have them all bring in their child's own set of markers or crayons. So if there's anything that they need to know, or do children bring in their own lunches, or does the program supply the lunch? So these are all things that you want to make sure that parents are aware of. And the reason you want to do this is because you want to have clear communication so that it prevents any confusion and it ensures that parents are well prepared. You want to make sure you distribute the detailed supply list and schedule during orientation. And also make sure that you provide a downloadable version via email or your parent portal. That way they can go back and look at it. Sometimes you have families there's two households that take care of that one child, right? So make sure that both parents, all family members, all guardians, anybody that's going to interact with your school and be responsible for dropping off and picking up, have access to this information of what the child needs to know. The worst thing is when a child shows up at the center, they don't have what they need, and then they feel left out, and the parent is upset or frustrated with you. So your action plan, let's talk about that. You're going to prepare a comprehensive supply list and daily schedule. Create a handout or digital resource that parents can easily reference when they need it. Number 3 we're going to talk about is meeting the team. Who's who in your child's world? Introduce your staff in a way that highlights their roles, their qualifications, and even their personal touch. A brief introduction from each staff member in a short video can help parents really connect with the team. And it's so important because they need to know who will be interacting with their child. It helps parents feel more comfortable, and it builds that trust that as a childcare owner or director you really want. And the way that you can do this is you can organize a meet and greet session where each team member briefly introduces themselves and prepares a staff introduction slideshow. Now, you may not know how to do that, but don't worry. I will make an episode this week that will come out back to back so that you have a little bit more guidance on that. But your action plan for now is you're going to schedule a team meet and greet, prepare the staff introduction slideshow or video. You can do it either way, and ensure each staff member has a chance to participate and share their role. And don't forget about your auxiliary team, your lunch ladies or gentlemen, your van drivers, your janitors, your secretary, your HR department. Make sure everybody is in that video. And even your billing team. I mean, if that's somebody they're going to talk to on a regular basis, it's so nice to put a face with a name. The next part that you want to make sure you include in your orientation is navigating policies and procedures you need to make it clear. Present your key policies and procedures in a straightforward manner. Address your emergency protocols, your drop-off and pickup policies, your payment policies, and any other important rules. Use visual aids and handouts to help aid understanding. I would say in my center, one of the areas I really needed to help families with are families who pay through state subsidy. And so they have their renewal either every 6 months or every year, depending on the particular situation. Let them know ahead of time. I know that the state is supposed to send them out a renewal notice and a renewal packet, but somehow, some way, not everybody gets it. So be proactive and let them know at least 2 months in advance the date that their subsidy ends. Because it typically takes 30 days for a renewal process to happen. So that will give your families time to make sure they're able to get everything that they need into the subsidy office so that there's not any issues for you or for them. It's so important to provide clear guidance. It really does help prevent misunderstandings. It helps to ensure safety. And please use clear, simple language and provide visual aids such as charts or infographics to present policies. Nobody wants to read a 5-page letter or a 40-page handbook. Infographics are amazing. They get to the point. They bullet what you need to know, what's important. Also, you can offer Q&A sessions to address any concerns. So here's your action plan. You're going to develop a policy handout and prepare a visual presentation. You're also going to schedule a Q&A segment where parents can ask questions and get immediate answers. Now, you can do that both in person and virtually. So if you want to do your Q&A on a different day than your actual orientation day, that's okay too. You can do a Q&A even before the orientation, or you can do it after, or you can provide both, whatever feels good for you and your program. Because again, at the end of the day, we are in the relationship and trust business. So keep in mind that this is how you keep that communication going. This is how you show that you care. This is what sets you apart from the others. The next thing I want to talk about is the follow-up, because it's all great to get all of these, Q&A questions, but how do we keep that communication flowing? You want to follow up with your parents after orientation to reinforce that the information that they shared and address any additional questions. And you can do that through email, newsletters, parent portals for ongoing communication. The point is continue to communicate. You can even share, and personally, I always say, give credit to where the great idea came from. Many, many great ideas that come into my program don't come from me or the staff, but from my parents, sometimes from my school-age kids. So make sure you share when you're giving this information. Make sure you share where the great idea came from. And why I think I want to really drive this point home is because continuous communication helps parents feel informed and engaged, and it reduces the likelihood of confusion. So make sure that you're sending those follow-up emails with key points from the orientation. Include a survey where you can gather feedback and provide contact information for further questions. So your action steps today are create that follow-up email template and feedback survey. Schedule regular updates throughout the school year to keep parents informed and engaged. If you take action in all of these 5 little key points that we talked about today, you will be ready to elevate your parent orientation game. So make sure you subscribe to our channel for more expert tips and actionable strategies, because supporting our channel means that you're not only getting valuable insights, but you're also joining a community of dedicated teachers, dedicated owners, dedicated directors on improving child care experiences for our families. So please share this podcast with your colleagues. Leave us a review. Let's work together to make every orientation a success, because when you succeed, so do your families that you serve. And remember, it's the small details that make a big impact in the success of your child care business. Have a great day.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Childcare Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Childcare Director's Chair.